Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use Kill Squad LaLo here at Townhall 9 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition for today's video, and as I said, it's going to be coming in with a bit of a kill squad. That's where your golem's going to come into play. You're then going to have a few wizards, of course those wall breakers to break you in, your king, your queen and your clan castle troops. The aim for this we'll talk about in a little bit. Progressing through, you're going to use your LaLo portion of the attack, of course your lava hound and your balloons, and then of course you have all your spell support as well. So let's jump straight in and we'll break this one down. So the first thing you're going to want to do with this strategy is identify a portion of the base that you're going to use your kill squad on. This is always going to be a section of the base that includes the enemy queen and hopefully includes the clan castle. It's very important you deal with the clan castle troops on your kill squad portion of the attack. When I'm saying a kill squad, it's basically some things to tank, which is going to be the golem here, your heroes and wizards and bowlers from the clan castle in to do a bit of DPS behind. You're looking to kind of clear a section of the base just to get rid of those defenses. Important heroes, of course the enemy archer queen can cause a lot of issues. If they have the minion prints up, that's also a potential threat, so be careful with that if they don't have the king there. And of course those clan castle troops, like I said. So we're going to be coming in from this section over here, because if we come in here, we're going to be able to clear a wizard tower, air defense, expo, enemy queen and the clan castle troops. So we're going to get a huge amount of value coming in over on this section. And we're going to start creating that funnel. King and queen going to come in behind that golem. Baby dragon's going to come in just to do a little bit of funneling. Again, wizard on the other side to do a bit of funneling as well. We're then going to go ahead and use that poison spell down on the enemy clan castle troops, which in this situation just so happens to be a lava hound, pretty easy to actually deal with. Those bowlers, of course, coming through, we're going to rage those up, trying to get the maximum amount of value we possibly can, using that bounce value we typically get from them. Now, looking towards our hero equipment, you'll see on this particular one, we actually have the most basic hero equipment on our king and on our queen. My recommendation for the king would definitely be the earthquake boots. They are very strong if you can get them, and the giant gauntlet is really going to get you a lot of value when you progress through in this kind of kill squad portion of the attack. Moving over to your queen, honestly the giant arrow is probably one of the best pieces of equipment down here at Townhall 9. You're going to be able to get so much value, it pretty much one-shots most defenses, so it's definitely worth doing, and you can snipe off some air defenses with it as well. So those are my recommendations for hero equipment, but as always, you guys can bring whatever equipment you think is going to work best. So we've already achieved all of our objectives here from our kill squad. We've dealt with this first portion of the base, enemy queen is dealt with, enemy clan castle troops is dealt with, and now we can come in with the LaLo portion of our attack. So what we're going to be doing here is kind of strategically deploying our first of all our lava hound into the first air defense. That's going to be coming from across the base, so you want it to tank for wizard towers, archer towers, and of course those air defenses. Hasting your balloons straight in is always a really good idea. Try and get them onto those defenses as quickly as you possibly can. Ideally you're looking for that lava hound to survive through the first air defense so it can progress through onto the second one and just continue doing a little bit more tanking. 9 times out of 10 you're going to be using those rage spells to help you get through either air defenses or wizard towers. In this particular case, it so happens to be on both of them when we're dropping down our rage spells, and of course you're going to want to use those freezes to help support when it comes to anything that could cause you splash damage, like this wizard tower at the top here. But we have a balloon parade coming through, going to clean that out, and of course it's going to be a lovely 3-star to kick off this video. So I have already made a queen charge LaLo guide for Townhall 9 in the past, so some of you may prefer using that variation, but for me the kill squad LaLo, it gives you a little bit more troop support when it comes in, because of course those 5 healers is going to be about what, 75 housing space, whereas here we're only kind of using the 1 golem, which is 30. We're then of course using a couple of wizards. You're going to be able to commit far more to your LaLo portion of the attack. However, you may lose your hero slightly earlier on than you would, of course, if you're coming in with that queen charge. So it swings and roundabouts, but my preferred version is definitely going to be this one. So moving through into that second example, we have a bit more of a kind of diamond style base here with these multiple different compartments, a really wide open town hall compartment in there. But again, we're going to be just coming into this pretty much exactly the same as we did on the previous one. We're going to be taking care of the enemy archer queen nice and early on, looking to push our kill squad deep enough that it's going to lure out those clan castle troops and get maximum value. Coming in with a couple of early balloons just from this left hand side just to help with the funneling, and then we can get going with the LaLo portion of our attack, because we've already got loads and loads of value here from our kill squad. We've been able to take out multiple defenses, and that's even with our king unfortunately walking onto the outside of the base. You'll see his ability going off right there. Of course the earthquake boost would have been super beneficial, but it's not to worry. We're now going to come in with our LaLo portion of the attack, swinging on through from this right hand side of the base, again hasting them nice and early straight onto those defenses. We're going to be using those freezes and rages just to support our LaLo portion of the attack, ideally looking to keep that lava hound alive for as long as we possibly can so it can tank for as many defenses as it possibly can. But that rage spell really going to help us get through these last couple of defenses. And of course, I haven't talked about it quite yet, but the few cleanup minions you do have, as soon as your balloons or kill squad have taken care of multiple defenses, you can start sprinkling in those minions in behind just to clean up some of those buildings. Typically, time's never going to be too big of a factor when it comes to this sort of strategy, but you can never be too safe. So it's definitely worth going ahead and deploying them down just to secure that 3-star so you don't have to potentially worry about time. So moving through onto that third example, now's a great time to remind you guys to go ahead and subscribe to us here at the Barracks if you have not already. Thank you again for 1,000 subscribers, absolutely awesome, but we're already going towards 1,500, which is awesome to see. It's great to have so many of you on board. If you are a lower Townhall player and you're interested in finding a clan that is of course going to be more catering towards these lower town halls, I did just partner with a clan family called Phoenix Rising. They're all honestly really fantastic. I've joined there with a couple of my accounts and they do constant wars. They do of course complete everything regularly. They've even got a Discord server. You can go ahead and join that down in the description if you're interested in doing that. But moving back into this Kill Squad LaLo attack, you'll see progressing through into this base pretty much the exact same way. We're going to have two waves of our LaLo. The initial one of course coming in behind that lava hound. Then when the lava hound progresses through from one air defense onto the next is when we start to deploy that second phase of our LaLo. We're going to just be freezing up here, I believe this air defense, no, we're choose to freeze up the Tesla farm that pops on that top section of the base. We do unfortunately still have the enemy king to contend with. Like I said, if there is an enemy minion prince alongside the enemy queen, be very, very careful because it can snipe off your balloons really, really quickly. Of course though, if they do have a king like in this particular attack, we definitely don't need to worry about it. But we can speed through the back end here. And of course, as always, if you would like the link to this army, it is down in the description below. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.